Hey there, I'm Hi There Smiley, and today I'm going to show you how I do my makeup for Wei Wuxian from MoDaoZuShi, the Grand Master of Demonic Cultivation. And this isn't really a tutorial, this is just how I like to do the makeup. I have it written down.
Here I got my bare face.
So first we're going to start with
primer.
Just squeezed all over my hands. Wonderful start.
As I said, great start, the primer exploding all over my hands. I dab the primer at the high points and centers of each zone on my face, then gently rub it in and spread across my whole face and past my jaw. I didn't go too far down the neck because of the higher shirt collar. I wanted to keep it clean for this video, but this primer has SPF and I would definitely bring it lower if I was going to be out all day at a convention. I'm not gonna lie, I really tried to use and not waste everything that blasted it out of the tube, but this was already a thicker layer than I would normally use and I still had to wipe my hands of the extra. I tried to let it absorb a little and do some last minute gentle patting under my eyes. I even put this clip at regular speed to try to prevent excess creasing in later steps, but well, that's some foreshadowing. Color correcting. Next, I'm using a peach or coral tone color corrector for my under eye and dark circle area, a few faded acne scars, and areas of slight hyperpigmentation. The idea is to use color theory to cancel out and neutralize the different natural spots and shades of the face for a more uniform canvas.
This is too damp. See, my under eyes are already a little bit brighter. Speaking of brighter, if the light keeps going in and out, dark and light, it's because I'm using window as my light source and it's a cloudy day. Sorry.
Next, I use some finishing powder to set the color corrector. Then do a second round of color corrector on a couple areas and set it again. People with deeper skin tones might use a more orange for under eye bags or eyebrow blocking, or if you have a lot of redness in your face, you may use a more green tone color corrector. And for my skin tone, peach is a suitable enough shade as an all-purpose corrector for my personal, most basic color correcting needs. Concealer! I apply concealer over places I want highlighted, blemishes, and around the areas I applied really obvious color corrector, and began blending that out. At first I started blending with a sponge, but then I switched to a flatter concealer brush. And I'm not sure if this tool switch caused some of the upcoming problems, or if I did this because I was already starting to have some under eye blending troubles with the sponge. I can't remember. As I commented earlier, the sponge was a little too damp, but when I squeezed it out more, some leftover cleaning residue also got squeezed out to the surface. This could be like taking off some of the base. Here you can see me getting increasingly confused and even end up doing one more round of under eye color corrector to see if that would help. But I didn't want to just keep layering and caking on more products, so I decided to leave the rest of the problem for my foundation to solve. I just gently dab at it with my ring finger to smooth out any excess. But it just goes to show that even people with years of practice can have tough makeup days, so even if you're a beginner, don't get discouraged, just keep practicing. Before foundation, eyebrows. Here I'm using the NYX 3-in-1 eyebrow stick. NYX, I'm begging you to bring it back. Please bring it back! So first, taking the pencil side, I furrow my eyebrows a little to exaggerate the natural downward angle of the beginning of my brows, and fill in following that angle. For the shape, we are going for C-drama man, super straight, super angled, super sharp. Nearly like Mr. Spock. I'm gonna whisper in your ear when I say this.
Instead of doing sus and questionable but technically not racist, fast and loose slick tricks with your eye makeup to cosplay Asian characters, I suggest maybe focusing on contour and eyebrow sculpting aspects of your makeup, especially Chinese characters, because I have seen too much tomfoolery done by cosplay fandoms that I never see in anime cosplay fandoms.
I'm watching y'all. So, use the pencil to forego your natural arch and draw the tail following the steep angle. You might need to shave or trim tails if the hairs poke out of line. In the past, I avoided shaving eyebrows just for cosplay. My opinion was like, why would I do that just for cosplay and then my eyebrows will look crazy out of cos in real life unless I have to fill them in. I changed my opinion because first, eyebrows grow back really fast if you only shaved and trimmed, and second, any opinions about bare eyebrows wouldn't matter in the grand scheme of bare face as a whole. And if I feel the need to have them filled in to look decent, I'd probably be doing the rest of my makeup anyway. When using a razor, always use a scraping motion to avoid slicing your skin. Be careful with the scissors as well, and use a clean fluffy brush to wipe away any clippings. I use tweezers sparingly on any straggler hairs that blade tools couldn't safely remove. I don't want to overdo it, I just want it clean and symmetrical. As someone who does have naturally nearly black-brown hair, it's been so hard for me to find a color match I actually like that for years out of cosplay I just went with lighter brown or taupe because most black-brown shades were too dark and heavy and overpowered my whole face. That's why I really like this NYX 3-in-1 eyebrow stick with its powder applicator. We're gonna go back thicker at the front and add some extra volume to level out the top. I'm using a blackish brown charcoal color. It looks darker from far away but not dark and blocky, somewhere between warm black and cool dark brown. It's still soft looking up close. And here I'm using a clean spoolie that was actually the mascara aside from my last eyebrow stick to soften the brows even more, so they don't look too harsh and blocky. Foundation. I'm using the Milani 2-in-1 Concealer Foundation. I like it because it's full coverage without being too heavy, so I don't have to work so hard at concealing. I apply to the centers of each section of my face and then blend outward. Be sure to blend with a patting or dabbing motion rather than a scrubbing motion, especially around the under eyes. The sped up editing can sometimes make many little pats look like swiping or rubbing. Then I use that same concealer brush to get in up close to the eyebrows without smudging. You can also clean up any edges that got too thick or fix along any curves that we want to look like straighter, sharper lines. Then, if necessary, we can go back in with the brow pencil to do any touch-ups. I'm taking an angled brush and dipping that into the brow mascara side of the 3-in-1 eyebrow stick, and using that to fill in the eyebrows in areas that might have got smudged when I blended my foundation. A little really goes a long way, so it's best to use an angled brush rather than the spoolie applicator in the stick for more control and precision. I also like to use this method for redefining the tail if it got smudged or erased while blending foundation. I don't have good eyeshadow primer right now, so I prime the lids with the same concealer as before.
Going all out of order because I'm stressed about the sun.
Contour. I just do some basic male contouring, although the collars of my shirt are high, so I didn't go too harsh along the jaw, just enough to emphasize my bone structure and bring back some shading around the edges.
I moved the lighting a little bit. I don't know if it's better or worse. I feel like there's more shadows. I have no idea what to do. This is a mess. Sorry. And then we're gonna take a fluffy brush and take the cool shade.
For the nose, I use a fluffy brush to emphasize my bridge and the T-zone, the space between the brow bone that connects to the bridge. But I personally don't do much to the lower half of my nose, the sniffer part of my nose. If necessary, I'll even use a blender to blur away any excess if I blend too far in. Blush. I use an orangish blush, lightly on the apples of the cheeks, and with any leftover, I lightly dust the nose, forehead, and chin, just to bring back a little color. If you accidentally use too much, you can blend it out with your blender. Highlight. I apply at the highs of my cheekbones at a slight angle to give an extra lift and accentuate the bone structure. For me, on the nose, I just use my finger to pat some down the bridge. I don't add it at the tip. Setting. To finish the base, I'm using a Milani charcoal setting spray. I just spray all over and then make sure it's dry before continuing on.
I'm sorry, the lighting has dramatically changed. It's like completely crazy. I hope you can't see the lamps. Okay, so we did setting spray, we did eyebrows. Come on, get to the fun part. So now we're gonna start with the eyes. I hope that improved for the eye part. Time crunch, people. So we're gonna start with a dull nude all over the base, going coconuts by ColourPop Color Colada. Another one I really like is Nude Mood. Ooh, going cocoa.
Using a burnt medium brown color, I create a large, wide, blended wing, staying relatively close to the base, within the socket and brow bone area, not too far toward the temples. But this is why we shaved the tails, so that we had enough real estate for all the eyeshadow. We want this wing to look diffused, not smoky. If you blend a little too far, you can use a clean, fluffy brush to blend the area out and brush excess away. But I didn't have an extra while filming, so I gently wipe with my finger. You don't want to disturb your base makeup from earlier. Something that also helps is to tap off excess eyeshadow off your brush before applying.
So now we have another ColourPop palette, Baby Got Peach. And I'm assuming it's either this one or this one, but I don't remember. So today we're just gonna do a little mix of both. Really light, it's a blend color anyway.
So tapping to get any excess pigment off, I lightly blend around the center and up top to blend out and soften the wing. You want to use a light hand and sort of smoke it out so there aren't harsh transitions. The shape is there, but just barely.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to Nude Mood, and I'm gonna use the warmer dark brown. And just a little bit, tap off as much excess as possible.
Apply a warm dark brown and crease to contour the eye just a little bit. We don't want it to affect the shape of the wing, not too round and not like its own shape. Then we go back in with that blend shade and swipe it under the eyes around the lash line.
I also have another ColourPop eyeshadow. I really like ColourPop eyeshadows, if you hadn't noticed. This color, it's like a brick red. And just use a little bit today. There we go. Going back to use this one.
Next, I'm going to use a neutral peaches shade that has more of a metallic or satin finish with very low glitter on the lid and the egg yall. I put some on the center of my lid and really blend it out. You want enough for a slight glow without being shiny or too glittery sparkly, which would be a little too feminine even for him, but especially during his dude bro jock era. For a similar reason, that's why I don't apply any glow to my inner corners between the eyes. I have slightly hooded eyes, so I make sure to have them open to ensure the glow reaches high enough above the crease. Eyeliner. For eyeliner, I start with lining my tight line and waterline with regular black pencil liner. For the top, I gently hold, but don't tug, and look down into your handheld mirror.
And the lower lash line.
For the bottom, just swipe on or just under the lower lash line. If you're doing the MoDaoZuShi version and wearing red contact lenses, I may line the lower lash line red or maroon to make the red irises pop.
Follow the upper lash line down.
For the wing, I use a black or brown liquid liner with a brush tip. Today I use brown, which can help dark brown boba eyes not contrast too hard with the rest of the eye makeup. I follow the angle of the upper lash line, keeping the wing straight, not curvy or too long or short, or else it'll look too puppy-eyed, Wei Wuxian's worst nightmare, and then I follow across the whole lash line. And finally, I'm just smudging out the lower lash eyeliner with the dark brown eyeshadow.
So the bad news is my camera battery died. We are out of sunlight. We are out of battery. I just have to do lips and the wig. And my phone tripod is also broken from the last video I filmed. Everything's a disaster. So we're gonna have crazy angle for a little bit while the battery charges under the table. And then after which you're in my brush bowl.
Yeah, the camera battery is charging. I'm looking in the mirror across from me because you're in the main cam, not the selfie cam, on my phone. So hopefully the quality is somewhat still standard. Okay.
Literally, like, we have, like, look. Fucking look. We have one more thing on the lips, and then the wig, which is a whole ordeal. And then put on the rest of the costume. And then, yeah, then we'll be done, but the sun might be down. Lips, probably nude, pink, orange, peach, red inside. Okay. And then, of course, lining the corners of lips. That's standard for boy makeup. Okay. think we're gonna go with this. Can you see that? Hope you can see that. This color. I have no idea if you can see that. It might be a little bit too much. Where's... Oh, it's behind you. Sorry, folks.
Here we go. Just in time. I don't know. ColourPop brand. Rise and shine, okay?
A nude pink with an orange or peach tint as the base with red inside is a good lip color combo for male characters if you're looking for alternatives to the concealer lips look. I use brown lip liner to extend the corners for a slightly more masculine look.
We're gonna follow the upper lip and just extend out a little. And then connect.
Then I connect the line back to the corners of my lips and fill it in. Then I gently blend the line with my finger so that it doesn't look too sharp. For a gradient effect, dab a little bit of red on the inside of the lips. Careful not to blend the red too far out or else it'll overpower the base shade and potentially look too feminine.
Did you see that? I'm not sure. I'm so sorry, this is crazy. Oh, mascara. Should I put on mascara? You're in the mascara, okay? I'm just gonna use this.
I didn't even bother curling my eyelashes. I have very straight and down pointed lashes, so I just applied enough mascara so that you know I have them. Just like the eyeliner, I used brown today because it softens the contrast between my natural dark brown eyes and the rest of the eye makeup.
Okay. And that's it. We're done with the makeup.
And now we gotta put on the wig, but I gotta check on the battery. It's probably not charged, but who cares?
We need to do this wig and we need to do it now. My hairnet is stuck on my set. Here's how it looks normally. Put it in the wig head and I put the wig head in a paper bag. There's some pins. Okay, well, I'm just gonna put it straight on my head and then we're gonna undo it. Put the adjusters on. And I have to be very careful with the front because it's a glue front.
I look crazy!
Pull down the back.
This is not like a lace front or a lace nape hairline. This is just the glue front.
Here's the side, long, loose side pieces.
Are you going to untangle yourselves or are you going to be locked in battle forever, okay?
Some long pieces. Here's the ponytail. Comb it out a little bit with a wide tooth comb. Pull down here. We're gonna use these kind of big bobby pins. We used to call them nails. I don't know if they still call them nails these days. That will hold down the base. I have naturally black hair, so not too horrible if my real hair ends up poking through. I'm also going to take these really large curve ones. They curve along the head really nice. I would use a second one here if I could find it, but I can't, and it's fine for today. But for long-term wear, I would take these out, replace it with the curved ones. It keeps everything nice and smooth. For today, I'll put a nail in. From the shadows, you can't really see. Okay, up here I have my bangs, ahoge, little boing boing. I don't know what this was holding down. Okay. Make sure it's straight by the sideburns. Kind of comb it out with fingers a little bit. This to curl out. We actually want it all to be like blown outwards, even though a lot of the curls are going in for some volume. And then this limp ponytail. And then clip it under like this. Lock the ponytail. And so this will be a little oh! Here it is. I've never been so happy to find a specific bobby pin before. it's fine. Okay. And that clip gives us a little extra volume. The back looks like a mess, but whatever. Here's my red ribbon. This clearance at Walmart. I have it cut for healing Laozu length, and I would normally wrap it more times than this, but you know, fuck it. It's gonna be a cute bow for today. Okay, now I'm gonna put on the rest of the costume for the grand reveal! And here we go!
This is actually the jade that comes with my flute.
I haven't made the Jiang Clarity Bell yet, and I was gonna use this Christmas bell as a stand-in, but that was too annoying.
Oof.
So I thought of this instead. Hello! So it's been a few hours. I had a soda, ate a sandwich, did some chores, and I'm back, and I think the makeup held up pretty well. Maybe I'm just a little bit extra shiny on the T-zone. Is it looking so fluffy right here instead of a solid bang?
Curl in, curl out, curl out. Thank you, thank you. Curl in. Like that. Yay!
I ended up triple tying my ribbon. Top, bottom, top again.
Gotta comb through some of these tangles.
Make sure these folds are flat and the seam is centered.
I'm wearing these fuck-ass 2010s suspenders. I made these pants horribly ill-fitting, so even just sitting is making them fall off my booty.
So I want this side to flip out and this side to curve in down here to just kind of be straight and then curl in and down here. Should be more like this, but this is fine. I tried to put the membrane on, forget what it's called, but it doesn't actually work. I don't think I put it on correctly. Yeah, I don't think I put it on correctly. I don't know. I'll try again and have more. But since he doesn't have the flute in Young Donghua version, I put the pendant on and it's good enough.
I just realized I left this barrette in. Oh well. It'll keep the sides smooth for when I take this off and put it away for next time.
So yeah, I actually made this whole cosplay from scratch, including the pants. That's why they fit so horribly. I've never made a successful pair of pants. Ever. It's so sad. For his bracers, I wanted to do red leather lace-up, kind of a little bit to emulate what Xiaozhan has in Concealing, The Untamed. But I was kind of dumb, and I accidentally cut the cord that I only need to cut 2 pieces, accidentally cut it into quarters, so the string is like barely long enough to unlace and slip my hand through and keep it laced. Oh my gosh, so I was rewatching The Untamed while I ate my little sandwich, and that first fight, and Wangshan's first fight on that rooftop is just chef's kiss every time. Oh, it's so beautiful. I didn't do anything different to my lips while I was gone, except, you know,
Eat a sandwich, have a soda.
but my lips held the whole time. Let me re-add some of the orange back in. Normally I do like to wear colored contact lenses for my cosplays, and since I'm wearing the Donghua version of young Wei Wuxian, he does have silver gray eyes in the Donghua. But I don't know, I think this makeup actually quite suits my regular natural brown eyes pretty well, and the gray lenses give it a little extra something, but I don't know, a little bit too anime, not quite the style I'm looking for, if you know what I mean. That's kind of how I feel for a lot of Donmei cosplays and cos tests that I've done so far. But that's just my preference. I don't know, could you ever actually see my eye makeup when I was doing it? Like, I know the lighting was kind of crazy at the time. Lips, cheeks. Don't look at the forehead. This was the first time I did a glue hairline. Lots of cosplay updates for y'all on this channel, because it's been a while since I last did a video. This is the first time I did a glued hairline. Not so great, not bad for a first try, but yeah. Did I get makeup on the bunny? Okay, no. So sorry all the lighting was so different and crazy throughout this video. It's been a long time since I last filmed a YouTube video, and even longer since I last filmed a cosplay makeup YouTube video. So I'm re-getting the hang of things a little bit. But I hope you had fun watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe if you'd like to see more cosplay videos from me, including MoDaoZuShi Wei Wuxian cosplay. I certainly have some ideas lined up. Coming soon. In between videos on YouTube, if you want to see more cosplay from me, you can follow me on TikTok and Twitter. No, not Twitter. You can follow me on TikTok and Instagram. I've done a few modern AU on my TikTok and Instagram Reels. If you haven't seen those yet, be sure to check it out. I'll link my pages below. On TikTok, I'm Hi There Smiley, just like this channel. And on Instagram, I'm _ Hi There Smiley. So that's _ Hi There Smiley. Yeah? Okay. On my Instagram, I do more in-depth descriptions on how I make some of my cosplays, or fun little cool story bros about things I did to change or upgrade them, or show photos of conventions I attend. I haven't gotten into vlogging very much so far. I tried a few years ago and it was a total disaster, and a lot of my friends don't actually like to be on camera, so on my TikTok I try to do a lot of fun videos like lip sync memes or silly jokes. Sometimes I do speed clips of like cooking in cosplay or makeup in cosplay. Occasionally I'll try to do a little dance. I'm sitting. But come on and join me there. And again, don't forget to subscribe, because I've definitely got some MoDaoZuShi and even Wei Wuxian videos coming up soon, and you don't want to miss them. If you made it all the way to the end, why don't you comment which to the 5 great clans you would join if you were a cultivator in MoDaoZuShi? Or would you start your own? Or would you be a wanderer? Thank you so much for watching! Bye!